These images on screen are before and afters when using testosterone propionate cream as skincare. I'm going to show you some testimonials of patients who have used it all this time, and I've got photos too. But I'm also going to say who it's not right for, so you don't waste your time. Overall, is a few takeaway points from everyone so far. Wrinkles and fine lines have reduced, texture has improved, skin is smoother, skin is tighter, skin is thicker, eyebrow hairs are growing back, eyelashes are growing back. The amount of total skincare being used has gone down to just 1 or 2 products, or most, and total skincare routine time, therefore, has gone down to an average of probably around 30 seconds for everyone. And if you're convinced already and want it, then I'll leave a link in the description if you'd like my help. However, you can actually get this from anyone that can prescribe, not just me. Testimonials and pictures should be running on the screen now all throughout this video for you to pause at any time if you want a closer look. Some of these pictures are taken in clinic and some are selfies that the patients have sent in. So bear in mind that there's a variation in quality there. And it's for patients of all ranges from, say, 20s all the way through to 80s, and for both men and women. Many of the testimonials you'll see in this video are actually from people in my school group where I teach cosmetic and longevity medicine multiple times a week live with a huge library of back content as well. And I'll leave a link to that in the description below if you want to talk to them. Some are also comments that patients have left publicly on my videos here on YouTube as well, which I've screenshotted and put here. Now, what the hell is this cream? Well, if you don't know, I made a video about using a very, very specific version of testosterone about a year ago. It's testosterone propionate, which breaks down very quickly compared to the typical testosterone that you use when you want the whole body to be affected and for the testosterone levels to go up. Because this specific propionate form of it breaks down so quick, when a study was done on using it as a cream for the skin and not the body internally, they saw that only the areas where the cream was applied to had any visible effects. When they applied it to one side of the face only, that side saw massive improvement whilst the other side still looked the same, to prove you only get visible changes where you apply it. And they even did microscope images of the skin layers to show the difference. This will be on screen now, and I'll also leave a link to the original video where I went through that study in great detail in the description below. So after using the cream for a while in a 6-month update video, which is linked in the description as well, I showed some before and afters. And in that same video, there was an example blood test that one particular patient had, and his internal level of testosterone was still the same because he followed the usage instructions very carefully. This is meant to improve the skin and nothing more. It's not meant to change the body's testosterone levels. We're essentially taking testosterone, which we see it as a very anti-aging thing a lot of the time, and we tame it so we can work where it's rubbed in, but then it breaks down too quick to have time to then go and work anywhere else, like inside the body. And all the testimonials you'll see running throughout this video, the most important one really is the microscope image of the skin before and after. Ask yourself, how many skincare companies have enough confidence in their products to even attempt something like that as a way of proving how powerful they are, let alone, are able to show you such ridiculously good anti-aging changes. Some products can be made to look good because, the patient may have had something like fillers under the skin, but the microscope image shows the actual skin itself, the improvement there, and how incredible that is. Now, though, it's been about a year, and I'm pleased to say that more and more clinicians around the world are now using this and also reporting great feedback. I did an interview with a clinic in Scotland on this channel, actually, that is using it for their patients to great effect. And there's Dr. Roche, also on YouTube, who's now also making content about it after using it on his patients as well. I also know that there's clinics in multiple other countries doing it too, which I've heard from. One major thing that all this clinical experience from around the world has yielded now is that concentration plays a big role. The 1% concentration is great to check that people are okay with it. But the speed of improvement in the skin seems to be hugely quicker on the 3%. And there's some testimonials about that in this video too, which you can read. And to put that into context, testosterone replacement therapy, so for the whole body, might be using around, say, 20% concentration as an example. Another thing was that patients who do this and then also combine it with things like home LED mask therapy or home derma rolling, get even better results than just a cream on its own. However, actually, this shouldn't be applied immediately after derma rolling because that would make it penetrate much deeper and then potentially affect the body's sort of internal testosterone levels. And the whole point of this skincare is that it only affects the skin, and that's the only place where changes happen and nowhere else. But if you want to know the technique that I recommend for derma rolling at home, I'll leave a link to that in the description because I made a video on that. The one concern I personally had was whether this would have any effect by way of acne. Now, I would guess that if acne is already present, then it would probably make it worse if you use this. And for that reason, this is only to be used for anti-aging and not to treat any skin conditions. But at the 6-month point, and you can see this in the 6-month update video, when a survey was carried out, 100% of people replied that they experienced no acne whatsoever. As well as that, actually, now that I remember, when I interviewed this clinic in Scotland about their experience of using the cream for their patients, they reported the same, no acne whatsoever. And in fact, this same clinic, when I interviewed the clinical director who's using it on herself, she shared a really interesting story, if I remember this correctly, about the comparison between this cream and HRT, actual HRT, hormone replacement therapy, with testosterone that is designed to affect the whole body internally and externally. Now, when she was using the HRT testosterone, she and her therapist noticed that she had hair growing in her upper lip area that needed removing all the time. However, she stopped the HRT completely, waited a little while for the body's level to go back to normal, and then started using this cream. And after using this cream, even for many, many months, that same area never grew hair like it did when she was using testosterone for the whole body. And the findings there echo what was found in the initial study on this, where they looked at usage on multiple areas of the body over, I think it was half a decade, so a very long time. Now, on average, how quickly do people see results? Well, at 1%, it seemed to be in line with the original study of up to 6 months. But on the 3%, some have reported a few weeks is all it takes to notice visible improvement. And some of those testimonials will be in this video too, somewhere on the screen near my head. I don't know where. Now, personally, I'm not sure if this is a placebo because I wouldn't expect that kind of speed. But much less than 6 months is sensible to expect. What about hair growth? Some of you will think that using something like this can increase hair growth. Well, many people now are using it to regrow eyebrows and eyelashes. And those testimonials and pictures will be in this video again. Now, for the rest of the face, it seems that people, even women, still use it because they really want the skin improvement and are happy to do something alongside the cream to prevent that hair growth. This could be something like, say, laser hair removal, right? So if you do this, it's practically impossible for hair to come up even if you use the cream. Others are happy to use the cream even with hair risk because they regularly do things like, say, waxing or shaving or dermaplaning or anyway. So there's no chance any hair is going to survive even if it tries to grow because they're already regularly doing things that remove any hair that's present. In that Scotland clinic interview again that I did with their director, where I was trying to look at the experience they had with the cream with their patients, they also found no complaints about hair from any of their patients, which is reassuring to see. Now, what about cost compared to other skincare? Well, because this is meant to be used on its own, and I'll explain why in a second, actually, I need to, the expense of practically all other skincare disappears. And in the 6-month update video where we had a survey, the vast majority of people reported they were spending the same or less whilst using this when compared to their old routine with multiple products in a multi-step routine. The vast majority also said that they preferred just using this on its own compared to their previous skin routine. But why do I think that this is best used on its own? Well, most products have penetration enhancers. So if you combine them with this, then those enhancers could push this past the skin to potentially affect the body, which again is what we don't want. We only want skin improvement and nothing else, nothing in the body. Now, if this is as good as all these testimonials and pictures say, why isn't it used more widely? Well, right now, I know that there are many, many more clinicians all around the world using it with their patients when there weren't any before. So it's a growing thing. And that tells me that this stuff really works. Other people see it too. There's not many skincare products out there, remember, that actually show proper microscope images of the skin in the before and after, let alone ones which shows such a ridiculously good improvement as this one. And I think that level of efficacy, combined with the way it's designed to try and not affect the body and just improve the skin only, is the reason it's growing. And many, many more clinicians all around the world are, like I said, are also using it now. So what kind of people is this not right for? This is important. Well, any type of skin condition for starters. So if you have a skin condition, treat that first. And then when you just want anti-aging, you can switch things up to this afterwards. If you're, I don't know, missing loads of volume in the face or the fat, and you're not replacing it because you're averse to dermal fillers or something like that, then frankly the skin's still going to be loose, because even if it's improved, it's still not going to be hugging the layers underneath very tightly if loads of internal volume has been lost. It's also not for miracles, right? There are people who are disappointed with it, just like with every single skincare out there. If you've got scar tissue under the skin, this won't break it up. So people with deep set acne scars, for instance, you can improve the skin on top, and that's perfectly fine, but you won't get rid of the fibrotic scar tissue underneath the skin. If you've got any active skin infections on the skin, it's also a no for reasons which hopefully are obvious. So what do you do if you want to try it? Well, first of all, if you like details, watch the videos where I went through the original study and the 6-month update. If not, and you just want to try it, I'll leave a link in the description to where you can get a hold of it if you'd like my help. Alternatively, because it's something that's compounded, you can take the original study to anyone that can prescribe. You need to have a discussion with them to say, look, this is something I want to do. And if they decide to, they can prescribe it for you, wherever you are. So start with 1% just to make sure you're okay with it, and then move up to something like 3% if you want to get better and quicker results. For my patients, it doesn't matter whether you're in the UK like me, as you can tell by my accent, or in another country. With pharmacies like Soma and Rosewell, there's ways to work with people whichever country you're in. I don't manufacture this cream, they do, and it'll be the same wherever you are. It's made by a pharmacy in a process called compounding. That's why you can't just go into a store and buy things this powerful. Generally, commercially available things are less powerful, which is why you're allowed to buy it yourself in the first place. So overall, I'm very happy that other clinicians around the world are using this as well now. And it shows that what I'm seeing with my own patients, like in the testimonials and things in this video, is not unique. And they're getting the exact same results. And that's why it's the only skincare that I use on myself as well.